All right, Mr. Ben. We got a little something for Stewart Mandel. He picked the Gators to be 3-9. Okay? 3-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard him on Five Bomb today give a reason, and I still couldn't understand it.
And this one really shocked me. I expect Florida to have problems this year because of the schedule opening at Utah and everyone else included. But 3-9. We'll put the Florida schedule up on the board in a minute just to help refresh. And I realize
don't make me pick all the games. That,
no, I'm not.
don't make me
I don't want to hear 9 losses. But I do understand, Stuart, that when you make these predictions, you're doing many, so you're not. So the schedule, for those who don't know, Utah starts it off. Home game at Tennessee, with Tennessee, at Kentucky, Vandy, at South Carolina, Georgia, Jacksonville, Arkansas at home, at LSU, at Florida, at Missouri, and at Florida State. 3-9 is simply an unbelievable prediction for the University of Florida. A lot of people are watching Swamp Kings right now and are reliving the glory days of Urban Meyer. So how do you arrive on that?
Yeah, if that comes true, and of course, the chances it will, now that I put it out there, are not very high, it would be their worst season since 1979. But so the starting point is Florida had a losing record the last 2 years. They are replacing the number 4 pick in the draft at quarterback with a guy from Wisconsin, and I don't like to criticize college players, but I would just say go look up the stats, the production over the course of his 3 years there. And also, look at, as you said, a really tough schedule. You got 2, just bad luck, but you're playing at the 2-time Pac-12 champion. You're going to play a Florida State team at the end of the year that I'm picking to win the ACC, as a lot of people are. You have the 2-time national champions in your division. You have a Tennessee program that I think is, under Josh Heupel, heading in the right direction. In fact, as I look down that list of SEC East programs, if you just kind of play a quick game of, is this program on the upswing, staying around where they are on the downswing? Tennessee, upswing. South Carolina, upswing. Missouri, in my opinion, could be wrong, upswing. Kentucky, around the same, if not better. Vanderbilt, even if it's just a little bit, I think is a little bit on the right direction. So combination of not a great year personnel-wise for Florida to begin with, and a tough year in their own division, which has often, as you know, the SEC East has often been a laughingstock. I don't think it is anymore. I think there's a lot of good programs in that division.
I mean, that's a damn insult, Ben. 3-9? Come on.
You know what's crazy about some of this stuff, right? I mean, not to pick on Muschamp, not to pick on McElwain. We're talking about things that have never happened, right? I get it. We ain't coming off the best, first year for Billy Napier, right? But people act as if the things that people say, I'll be like, are they trying to get clicks? 3-9? Vanderbilt won't get picked to go 3-9. And nothing against them, right? And I think sometimes when it comes to Florida, what I can appreciate about people that have something to say outside of Gainesville, they don't hide their biases, which is fine. I get it. Especially with this documentary out. People can't stand Florida, right? Because people trying to make it seem that why would they talk about these teams? That just shows you how long Florida been relevant.
Yeah.
That just shows you that this same, I know we got Utah coming up, and what are we gonna do and things of that nature. What I can say, if you go to Florida right now, you a future Florida Gator, you should embrace criticism like no other, because it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Buddy, Brendan, y'all know this. Just say Florida has a 10-win season last year. Do you think the analytics are gonna be any different this year? No. It's not predicated on what Florida did the year before. It's predicated on clicks now. That's why I say if it ain't, I respect certain people when it comes to the analytics. I'm not saying that. But certain things are ridiculous. Like listen, with Florida, it's ebbs and flows. We've been there for the greatest of times. We've been there for down. But even in a down year, we gonna win 5-6 games. In a down year. 3? So that means we only gonna beat these out of conference teams and Vanderbilt. That's basically what they're saying. That we're gonna come on, man. I think sometimes when it comes
McNeese
to
State, and is that what it's about? I mean, come on.
And this is the thing, right? You know how many people got mad last year because Florida beat Utah with their full slate guys. They big time D linemen. They two NFL caliber tight ends, Cam Rice. Now this year is okay. Well, Florida's got a young team. Listen, man, everybody in college is young. Everybody 22 years old or less. Everybody's young. But I think what Florida gets a chance to do is say football is the best when no one thinks you're gonna do anything. Not that it matters what they say. But if I'm picked to lose, I can play loose. If I'm picked to lose anyway, I can play loose because it goes back to, 3 years now when Florida beat Georgia. You see how going into the game, Florida ain't got a shot, but when they beat them, we knew Florida. Of course you knew we were going to win with Kyle Pitts getting knocked out the first half. So I think for this Florida squad, just embrace it. That's what I can say I love the most or can appreciate the most about Billy Napier. He's even keel, man. When he said, I got the best D-lineman in the country, people like, what is he supposed to say? My D-line, they're all right. I don't think they're going to do anything. Mm-hmm. Princely coming back is the highest rated defensive end coming back. We're going to see what these interior D-linemen going to do. We get it. We get to go out there to Utah, first game of the year. Week 0? That worked out pretty well for us when we played them boys down south, right? Remember a couple of years back, played them boys down south. Mm-hmm. We ain't going to beat Miami until we beat them. Then it's, so nobody, listen, you know this, buddy, nobody pisses people off more than Florida. Nobody. We
really,